Greetings Earthlings and welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you could come by for a visit. We'll get to this week's video right after this. Good morning, guys. This week I'm gonna do something a little different, and I've been seeing a lot of questions on some of the forums that I'm a part of about work camping. So I figured this week's video I would dedicate to what it's like to be a work camper and some of the duties and responsibilities and expectations that you should have. So let's start off, give you a little idea of what the campsite looked like. Our campsite is included water, sewer. It's a full hookup site, water, sewer, and electric, 50 amp. So you can see I've got my dog pen set up out here, plenty of room. Did have a little bit of an issue with some of the tree limbs when we backed in because nobody had been here for 9 months or so. But all of this campsite is ours, with the clamshell is ours, and the picnic table and all the boxes over there are my wife's. So right now Hinsdale County, where we're at, is in a fire ban, a level 2 fire ban, so you can't have a campfire even. You can at level 1, but we just progressed to level 2. Apparently we're so close to the sun it dries out quick around here, so but that'll kind of give you an idea of the site where we're at here. You can kind of see the whole thing, and it's pretty nice. We got our hammock hanging over there in the woods or in the tree line. So basically the schedule is pretty lax here, and speaking for this campground, I know some of them probably are more strict, but I'm gonna tell you what it's like to work in this campground. So that may or may not set unreal expectations for you on another job. You have to be the judge of that. But for this particular campground, we usually start around 8 o'clock. Sometimes my wife will start a little earlier because we have duties that we can get done before 8 o'clock. For instance, I have to take all the trash out. Let's see that building. Let's see that building over there. That one white pickup truck in the front of that building, like right below the peak of the mountain. That's my wife's work truck. So that's her maid mobile, they call it. So, and this little deal right here is my work vehicle. So got my toolbox on the back there. Got a camera set up on the front so we can take a little journey around the park so I can show you what's going on. But for the most part, my day starts off. In fact, we'll walk over there because it dawns on me that I did not clock out, and I should do that because it's a relatively slow day, so it gives me time to put this video together for you. So each morning I come over here, and we have this linen room here, and I'm gonna show you that. So we go in the linen room, and all our linens are stacked up here. Mostly Tess uses that. And let's see what time it is. I clocked out the day. Only worked 2 hours today, so yeah, y'all will see that the hours are not very. They don't have a high expectation. All right, so we have this ice machine here. That's one of the duties that I have. Right now, there's generally another couple here that Jim, the fellow that works, the other couple that works here with us, they kind of do a little bit of stuff. They do the Lisa works in the lodge, and Jim will do the ice machines and clean the bathrooms. So this ice machine, I come in the mornings, and as you can see, I've been here already because it's usually full. And I don't know why it's not running right now. It must be harvesting. But I take these little ice bags and I fill up. Like today I filled up 25 10-pound bags. So 250 pounds of ice just came out of that this morning. And then, I take them over and put them in our ice chest that's out on the front porch. And they are for sale. I also maintain the wood pile. Typically when there's not a fire ban, we have a wood crib up here on the deck, and I keep that stocked up. Right now it's not stocked at all because I took everything out and put it back in the wood crib. But here's the ice goes in this chest here, and you can see it's pretty full. A couple bags have been taken out already this morning. This is our wood crib, and basically, one of our flags is on the ground. We can't have that. I believe it's a little windy here sometimes. A lot of times actually, but got to get it somewhere where it's going to stay. All right. So the mornings, when I come out in the mornings, I start by taking out the trash out of this building. There's a men's restroom, a women's restroom. In that linen room that we just went into where the ice machine is at, the owner of the campground has a apartment upstairs, and if she has trash, she'll bring it down and put it in the linen room. And that's one of my duties, is to take that trash and remove it. I also have the laundry room here. I have to take the trash out of the laundry room as well, throw that away. Also on occasion, I have had opportunity to fix one of the dryers that quit working and one of the washers that quit working. So, along with my other duties. So, we take the trash out of the men's bathroom, women's bathroom, laundry room, and the lodge, and the linen room here where the campground owner puts her trash down for me to take it out. And then it has to go around here, and up there on the top of the hill, up the staircase there and over to the left, you can see there's like 3 dumpsters over there. And so I have to take the trash and put it in up there. We also have let's see, do the trash first, then I fill up the ice machine, stack the wood up if it's needed. Then if we have a Jeep that we rent out, so whenever that comes back, it has to be washed and cleaned out, vacuumed on the inside and everything, and that's one of the other things that I do. So all right, I'm gonna put you on this thing here with me, and we'll go right around, and I'll tell you what some of my duties are around the rest of the park. Now stick with me, because at the end I'm going to tell you about compensation and what I get and what you should not be feeling that it's unreasonable to ask for. I'll put it that way. So, but again, that's between you and whoever you work for. So stick with me, and we'll pick this up on the bike here. All right, y'all. I hope that we've got no sound issues on this particular video, because the last one that we did when we took our ride on the Alpine Loop, the sound was working just fine on the microphones, but for some reason didn't transfer to the GoPro. So hopefully it'll be different this time, and we won't have any video problems. All right. So let me get us going here, and I'll in this particular park, the speed limit is 5 miles an hour and strictly enforced, even for employees, and they want to even keep that to include kids on bicycles, but you know how kids on bicycles are. All right. This area down here is referred to as downtown, and one of the duties that I have down here when there's no fire ban, this area here has a community fire pit that you can see right down there, and I have to come out and check that on a daily basis and clean out any coals that's in there and make sure that there's no wood left out here beside the fire pit. So and rake up around it if needed. So that's about the only thing I've got to do down here, unless people leave a site. And when they leave a site, then I'll have to come down and I rake the site out and everything, make sure it's nice and clean for the next guests. And that's about it down here. Oh, let me turn. Just had a water leak down here that we had to track down and fix, and you can see the ground is all tore up here in this area. We did bring a backhoe in and got dug down. I'm gonna tell you, the water line here is deep. It's more than 6 feet deep, so we had to get down to that and make those repairs. And then along the lines, we broke the electrical line with the backhoe, so we had to fix that as well. So interesting week that we had. Good morning, all. Good morning to you too. Hey, I just wanted to tell y'all, hanging the trash bags out there, you're asking for trouble. It was out pretty early this morning. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, if you want to see what the bear does, come look at my Jeep. He got into my Jeep and tore it to pieces. So they don't really care that they don't care whose feelings they hurt. They just tear up what they want to tear up to get to the trash. So I just thought I'd point that out to you, because I see both of y'all have bags out there. So, and if they come, I hope they come down to y'all and leave my Jeep alone. All right, well, y'all enjoy the morning. Yeah, all right. Clientele here is very, well, I'll put it this way. This particular park is almost like one big family. There is the people that are here this year were most likely here last year, and before they leave, they'll make their reservations for next year. So it's not an easy park to get into. There are some availabilities, and then of course there's some cancellations and stuff that happen. But for the most part, I mean, there's, they have a little area set up here with a hammock. They have some chairs set up out here. We have chairs set around the lake in different spots. Some on this side, some on the other side. We got a couple of primitive campsites that you can see right here. We have these three that are all together. They're primitive sites with no water, no hookups at all, actually. Got some horseshoes out here that's seen better days. Probably get around to sprucing those up a little bit this year. I think they have about somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 RV sites, and we have 9 cabins, differing in sizes. There's one of the smaller cabins is right straight ahead of us, and then the 2 largest cabins are right back behind those. Let's see who this is. Hello? Thanks, Robert. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Well, stuff happens in the middle of a YouTube video. So we're going to hopefully get to the spot I wanted to take you to before the battery dies in my camera. So looking pretty close. These are some of our wooded sites, and you can kind of see on this one, this is one I did this morning. So notice that it's been freshly raked, the fire pit has been cleaned out, and then it's all prepared for our next guest. So that's one of the things that I have to do. This particular thing that I'm riding on here has a trailer hitch on the back, and we have a little utility trailer at our shop up there at the top of the hill, and I can hook that utility trailer onto this, and it's got a little wash bucket that I put in the back of it, so I can put the coals and stuff from the fire pits in there, a shovel and a rake and all that good stuff. So when I clean that out, then I just take it up to the burn pile and put it on the burn pile and clean up. Now, some of the other stuff that I have to do, I mean, and this is not necessarily in a normal camp host environment, but I do it. I'm highly technical, so I do a lot of stuff that normally a camp host wouldn't do. Like, for instance, I installed the electrical circuitry in one of the cabins here that the owner's son stays in the cabin throughout the season. So he only had like 2 outlets in there. So we added outlets and lights and all that good stuff in there. So and then I'm going to build a porch rail and stuff like that. But that's some of the stuff that I have to do, like maintain the porches and the wood. And I have to, the first before the campground opened, I went through and I checked all the picnic tables and made sure that screws that were popped out and boards that were loose or boards that needed to be replaced. We took care of those. And have to do a lot of staining and painting on the picnic tables and porches and stuff like that. But that's all part of the deal. Now, to get to the finances, so this particular job, I showed you the site that we have. That's included. We pay nothing for that. Even if we have a week where we don't work at all, we still pay nothing for our site. Our site is included because we are employees here. So work compensation, we make $15 an hour for every hour worked. So that's reasonable, I think, considering that the site would rent for like $63 a night, I think, or $66 a night, something like that. And we're going to be here all the way till October the 1st. So that is a huge savings. So, and have I mentioned that it's the most beautiful place on the planet? I mean, it is by far a sweet gig. So I don't know if the one that you're going to find is going to be such a great deal. I mean, sometimes you got to weigh it out and figure out what you want. I mean, are you willing to work just for the site and have a determined amount of hours? Like I've seen a lot of them that say, 15 hours, the first 15 hours covers your site, and then we pay after that. Well, 15 hours, that's a lot of money you're paying for a site. You're almost paying retail for the site. And I feel like that, campgrounds should offer you at least a discount, a 50% discount or something like that, in order to cover the site. I mean, you're there for their convenience, and like I told my employers here, even though we'll be off tomorrow, so I stacked up the ice machine to try to accommodate that. Tomorrow and Thursday is our normal days off. So we have the 2 days off, and my wife and I have the days off together, and we have 2 consecutive days off. So it's not the weekend, but it doesn't matter when you're retired and living in your camper. Every day's the weekend, so it's all good. So, but I've told them if they need me, and I'm clocked out and doing this YouTube video today. But I told my boss before I left that, hey, if you need me, if something pops up, call me. I'll get on it. So you have to be a little flexible. But if you're lucky, you'll find out that your employer is also equally flexible. So, I mean, like I said, the last video, the Razor that we were riding in, that belongs to my boss's son, and he let us use it, filled it up with gas. It didn't cost us anything. I washed it off or rinsed it off when I got back, and that kind of thing is the norm. I have a company truck here that I can, if I got to ride into town, I can take that, or if I have to carry loads or something. But for the most part, that's pretty much what we do. I mean, it's not real hard work raking the sites. I don't particularly care to be raking dirt, but kicks up a lot of dust. But it's in the grand scheme of things, I mean, it's nothing. I mean, I do everything that needs to be done around here is maintenance-wise. I mean, anything that's broken, wash machines, dryers, furnaces. I've fixed 3 furnaces so far, 2 of which my boss was told that they could not be fixed. They had to be replaced. So, making very good impressions. So I'm sure that we will be invited to come back next year. So I'm looking forward to that. And so if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll try to get back and answer them. And if you're not subscribed to the video or to the channel, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a dime, and it'll help me out in the long run. So y'all remember, when camping, take only photos, leave only footprints. We'll see you next time. Travel safe. I am Charlie.